Do you still love me? Mom told you about them sides. It can get ugly.
Living up in the east side, stars in the sky. I'm like, you different, so why you switch vibes?
I gave him my heart, now you giving me lies.
When she told me that I be fried.
One of the funniest criticisms to come out of Reveal was people complaining about the Talking Cube companion. Many people instantly called it cringe and said it doesn't fit God of War. But let's think about for a second. Let's just think about that for a second. God of War already has some pretty strange companions. Kratos literally spent multiple games carrying around Mimir, a talking severed head attached to his belt, which made no sense, by the way. The series had giant world serpents, dwarven inventors, magical creatures, gods, giants, and countless mythical creatures. A talking cube isn't exactly where the franchise suddenly become unrealistic. What matters is how it's used. The cube adds lore, develops Laufey's character, creates interesting conversations, and serves a purpose in the story, then players will eventually judge it based on that. People were skeptical about Mimir at first too. Now he's one of the most beloved characters in the Norse saga. The Talking Cube deserves the same opportunity before people write it off though. Am I wrong? 4. The gameplay looks too different. Another concern is that gameplay doesn't look enough like traditional God of War. But major gameplay changes are nothing new for this franchise. The original Greek games were fast-paced, hack-and-slash action games. God of War 2018 completely changed the camera perspective, combat system, aggression mechanics, and overall feel. Many people doubted those changes before release. Then it became one of the most successful games in PlayStation history. Every major era of God of War has evolved. If Laufey fights differently from Kratos, then that's automatically a problem. This criticism comes from a place of love for the character. Kratos is one of gaming's greatest protagonists. His journey is legendary, but great franchises eventually span beyond one character. As Laufey game doesn't erase Kratos, it doesn't replace his history, it doesn't make his games disappear, instead explores another side of the same world. Norse Saga spent years building up Laufey's importance. Learning more about her doesn't diminish Kratos, it just doesn't. If anything, it could make parts of his story even more meaningful. This criticism is difficult to evaluate because we've barely seen her. Most of what we know about Laufey comes from stories told by other characters. We know she was respected by giants, we know she was incredibly skilled, we know she helped shape events long before God of War 2018 began. What we don't know are the details. That's exactly why a game about her could be interesting. There are years of her life that remain unexplored. Her adventures, her battles, her relations with giants, her role in shaping prophecy, her journey before meeting Kratos. The mystery surrounding her is actually one of the most strongest reasons to explore her story. This is probably one of the most reasonable criticisms. Many people aren't saying God of War Laufey looks terrible. They are saying that they would have preferred something else. Maybe they wanted Santa Monica Studio to create a brand new IP. Maybe they wanted Kratos to continue the Egyptian mythology. And what I mean by IP, I just mean a brand new game. You know what I mean? A brand new story to a brand new project. You know what I mean? It's not that the game is bad or nothing like that. That's not what people want. mean. Maybe they wanted an entirely different place in the project. And honestly, that's a complete fair preference. For example, some creators like Brother Jeremy, if y'all know who that is, has argued that they'd rather see Santa Monica Studio move on to a new project instead of ruining to God of War immediately. That's not the same thing as saying the game is bad, and that's where a lot of online discussions become misleading, because he never said it was bad. He just said that he wished it was a new game. That's all he wants. There's a huge difference between I would have preferred a different project and this game is trash. There are completely different arguments. Wanting something else is a personal preference. It doesn't automatically tell us anything about the quality of a game of God of War Laufey. A person can prefer a new game while still admitting Laufey has potential. A person can want Egyptian mythology while still acknowledging this game should be great. The problem is that many people take a preference and turn it into a prediction. Suddenly I wanted something different. Becomes nobody wants this, but that's just ridiculous. Then it becomes this game will flop. This game becomes God of War is dead. But none of those conclusions automatically follow. The game should succeed or fail based on its quality, not because some fans had a different idea for what the studio should make next. At the end of the day, nobody is required to like God of War Laufey. Nobody has to buy it. Nobody has to be excited for it. But there's a difference between being skeptical and declaring a game dead before release. Most of the biggest criticisms right now aren't based on playing the game. They're based on assumptions, first impressions, and personal preferences. The only thing that will truly determine whether a God of War Laufey succeeds in the story, gameplay, characters, and even the execution, because execution is what matters. If the execution is good, that means the game will be good. Until then, the fairest position is to judge the game for what it actually is, not for what people imagine it should have been. Because at the end of the day, you're not the writers, bro. Y'all don't know. You act like y'all know how to make a God of War game. Let the people do what they do, bro. If their execution is trash, then y'all can bag on the game. The game's not out yet. Let it come out. If the game is trash, then the critics can say what they want. Until then, just leave them alone and let the game come out, please. Please. That's all I ask. But it's your boy Cypher, man. They'll call me Cypher though. See y'all later, man.
Just like the Navy when they on the field. Baby, you know that I keep me an option. I'm sitting tall like my name is Wimby. That's a V6, but you claim this ain't him. I hit the gas and you can't help but hear me. Yeah, little baby, I know that you feel me. Taking you downtown. Take that little shit to Pound Town. And me, baby, ground pound. And if it got surround sound. And you know that she